Welcome to InfoScope. I'm your host, Hannah Kim. We are back again with some of the latest from the IT and science world. Let's take a quick look at what we have coming up in the first part of our show. Artificial intelligence has come a long way, and recently there have been many different opinions regarding the ethical use of AI. In fact, the government has announced that it will come up with certain guidelines, and we'll take a look at those regulations in just a moment. But in other news, Korean scientists held a debate titled Science for All Koreans and established a project of the same name, which will aim to come up with a new science curriculum here in Korea. Here are some more details on this story and more coming up next on Briefing Scope. Scientists and researchers recently held a discussion about the scientific background required for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The Korean Academy of Science and Technology and the Korea Foundation for the Advancement of Science and Creativity hosted a debate titled Science for All Koreans and discussed the future of science education and the range of scientific knowledge required by people. The government recently announced that it will look into establishing a code of ethics for the artificial intelligence sector before the end of the year. This is in order to prevent any possible misuses of the fast-developing technology. The new measure will also include safety regulations regarding virtual reality, another industry with high growth potential. The Institute for Basic Science announced that it has succeeded in precisely editing genes in soybeans and wild tobacco by using the CRISPR CPF1 technology. According to the researchers, this method eliminates the introduction of foreign DNA, making the end product different from genetically modified organisms. Now, moving on to the next part of our show, when someone says virtual reality, what comes to mind? Currently, there's a lack of so-called killer contents that can attract the mainstream public to VR, but different efforts may change that as the VR market comes up with highly appealing contents. We'll give you a few examples shortly, but let's shift gear now a little to drones. In the last few months, there has been a greater general interest in drones, and a group of entrepreneurs opened up a place, kind of like a cafe where people can play with these drones. Apparently, it's also a great venue for couples, a group of friends, and students looking for different activities to do together as well. Let's take a closer look at this new drone center in our next video. Here's Industry Inside.
A drone the size of a palm jumps into the air after numerous attempts. This looks like a regular cafe, but anyone here can try flying drones after learning some basic tips. These days, this place has become a popular destination for couples.
일상적으로 하는 데이트는 영화관에서 영화를 보고 밥을 먹고 이렇게 우리가 지켜보는 그런 거였으면 이렇게 와서 체험을 하면은 우리가 직접적으로 움직이고 하다 보니까 새로운 데이트가 된 것 같아서 너무 좋습니다.
At another drone experience area, students on vacation are busy learning about drones. As a drone takes off from the ground, the students watch the flight in wonder.
저 혼자 놀 때보다 친구들이랑 더 같이 노는 게 더 재밌어요. 더 오래 하고 더 높게 날리고 싶어요.
This drone center also has obstacles for races. The visitors range from hobbyists to experts, and their number has been rising, reaching about 500 per month.
가장 큰 장점은 일단 야외 날씨에 구애받지 않고 드론 연습을 하실 수 있다는 점이 가장 큰 장점이고요. 인구 밀집도가 높은 도심에서 안전하게 드론을 날리실 수 있고.
The Korean drone market is estimated to be worth $148 million, but it's set to grow extensively as drones become more accessible to the public. Virtual reality can put you in any kind of reality, turning you into a hero slaying villains or a rider on a roller coaster. However, users want something more, given that most VR contents are either sports games or simulations of rides.
신기한데 앞으로 한 번 더 계속 찾아오려면 여성분들이 좋아하는 게임이 만들어지는 것 같아요.
Large-scale video game developers have jumped into the VR domain, but without much success. Price is one issue, as a set of VR equipment costs around $900, and there is a lack of killer contents that will make the purchase of VR equipment worth it.
결국에는 콘텐츠가 팔리는 매출에 따라서 이제 큰 회사들이 더 나중에 뛰어들 거고 좀 더 이제 하드웨어도 더 많이 팔릴 거라고 보고는 있습니다. 네. 근데 아직까지는 분명히 말씀드리지만 즐길 만한 콘텐츠가 완벽하진 않아요.
The fact that software development cannot catch up with technological development may be an opportunity for Korean game developers. The global VR software market is worth around $496 million. However, by 2020, that is expected to grow by a factor of 50 to over $23 billion.
현재는 아무래도 하드웨어 중심의 시장 성장이었다 그러면 향후 한 3, 4년 내에 컨텐츠가 주로 하는 시장이 열릴 걸로 저희도 예상을 하고 있고요.
Nintendo has seen a rebound after a long slump thanks to Pokemon Go, showing how important killer content can be. There is no dominating player in VR yet, and global video game developers are now engaged in a race to come up with the best of technology and content. This is Kunjeongjeon Hall of Gyeongbokgung Palace. Its elegant curves inflect skyward while its straight columns and crossbeams blend with one another harmoniously, presenting a sense of beauty that has survived for centuries. This is a miniature model of Kunjeongjeon Hall, about 70 centimeters long and wide, and 50 centimeters tall. The model was created not by merely stacking the parts, but rather with traditional means by locking separate parts together. More than 3,500 parts were exquisitely created through three-dimensional analysis.
간략화시킬 것은 간략화시키고 그러면서 원래 가지고 있던 형태의 아름다움을 유지하는 길이 뭐냐 그것을 고민하는 데 많은 시간이 걸렸죠.
The researchers finalized an automated Hanok design program based on 3D technology. The program can plan a 66 square meter Hanok automatically within 6 hours. The team analyzed some 160 traditional houses designated as cultural assets and derived mathematical functions from them.
한옥이 이 개별 부재들이 정해져 있는 룰이 없어요, 사실은. 그리고 3차원의 공면들을 가지고 있는 것들이 많이 있습니다. 기존의 한옥들에서 가지고 있는 수치 관계들을 다 추출해내는 일이에요.
The program is also capable of calculating total expenses as it contains information on the prices of the materials needed to build Hanok. The researchers hope that this technology will make it easier to design Hanok, as currently only a few experts are capable of doing so.
Next up, we have a story about the superfood broccoli. As you may already know, broccoli is very healthy and nutritious, but it turns out that it can also help with brain cell regeneration, keeping cancer, dementia, and other diseases at bay. We'll give you more information on this in just a bit. But staying on the topic of superfoods, women may just have another reason to eat yogurt. Lactic acid bacteria found in fermented food products like yogurt are known to be good for digestion. And now, Korean researchers have found that they can also help women in menopause. We have more on these stories next on Take a Peek.
Since last year, Kim Mi-hwa has been dealing with symptoms of menopause, which include hot flashes and joint aches.
몸이 뜨거워졌다 이런 느낌이 들면서 그전에 비해서는 조금 아픈 건 있어요. 무릎 쪽이 아프고.
Symptoms of menopause start to appear at around 45 years of age. About 75% of women at this age experience flushing, forgetfulness, depression, and other symptoms, and receive hormonal treatment. For the first time, Korean researchers have identified lactic acid bacteria that can alleviate the symptoms of menopause. The researchers analyzed the microorganisms in the intestines of menopausal mice and a control group, and found that the mice undergoing menopause had none of the bacteria called YT1. Inserting YT1 into mice undergoing menopause reverted their short-term memory, bone density, and pain sensitivity to normal levels.
골밀도가 저희가 갱년기 모델에서 약 10% 정도 감소되는 것을 알 수가 있었고요. YT1 투여에 의해서 개선되는 효과를 확인하였습니다.
It's the first time that lactic acid bacteria were observed to alleviate symptoms of menopause. After finalizing a patent application and technology transfer, the researchers will seek to develop health foods based on their findings. Many people enjoy some fresh salad with their meal, and one common ingredient is broccoli. Broccoli is known to boost the immune system and have anti-cancer properties. Now there's one more benefit linked to broccoli. Researchers have found that it is effective against brain disorders, including dementia. Korean researchers have found for the first time that broccoli can help with brain cell regeneration. There is a specific protein that helps with brain cell regeneration, and a substance in broccoli called sulforaphane boosts this protein. The researchers fed sulforaphane to mice afflicted with dementia for 2 months and found that the levels of growth factors for neurons were back to normal.
BDNF 진이 발현이 되기 좋은 그런 조건으로 DNA를 구조적으로 이렇게 바꿔주는 그런 역할을 하는 것을 저희가 확인을 했습니다. 식품을 통해서 이렇게 쉽게 접근할 수 있는 이 설포라판이라는 물질이 BDNF를 증강시켰다는 것 자체가 굉장히 큰 의미가 있는 것 같고.
Sulforaphane can be found in cauliflower and cabbage as well. The researchers state that long-term consumption of such products will help prevent brain disorders. They also hope that their study will lead to further research on natural remedies for dementia, autism, and schizophrenia. The number of bipolar disorder patients in Korea reached 92,000 in 2015, with the figure increasing by 8.4% on average annually for 4 years. With stress factors on the rise, bipolar disorder can affect just about anyone today. New research shows that if people with lighter symptoms are also included, the number of bipolar disorder patients is probably much higher.
기존에 우리나라에서 조사되어 왔던 양극성 장애 유병률에 비해서 상당히 높은, 굉장히 높은 수치로 대략 한 100명 중에 4명 정도는 양극성 장애의 위험이 있는 것으로 이제 조사가 됐습니다.
Amid vigorous bipolar disorder research happening around the world, Korean researchers have made a breakthrough in finding the fundamental cause. Bipolar disorder is caused by the imbalance between excitatory and inhibitory synapses. The researchers have found a key enzyme that controls the interactions between these synapses. A mouse without the gene that makes this enzyme showed manic-like behavior, a symptom of bipolar disorder.
감마원이 제 기능을 못하니까 결과적으로 밸런스가 깨지는 거죠. 비정상적인 병리 현상이 나타나는 거죠. 그중에 대표적인 조울증 증상을 저희들이 관찰하게 됐습니다.
Based on these findings, periodic examinations for exchanges in that gene can help prevent the manifestation of bipolar disease. Furthermore, activating this enzyme and achieving a balance in synapses can lead to customized treatments.
Today's show had various topics in the field of science and technology, and it looks like we have a lot to look forward to in the future. Unfortunately, this marks the end of today's episode and the end of our series. Yes, this is the last episode of our program, but Arirang TV's InfoScope team and I really enjoy delivering various science news to you, and we hope you all had a great time with us too. Thank you so much for joining me every week, and we will return to you with more fun shows in the near future. Again, I'm Hannah Kim, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!